Hey, what's happening, gamers? I'm K-Wing, co-host of K-Wing's Let's Plays, and today we're counting down the best suits in Marvel's Spider-Man. Spidey has a collection of over 37 suits in his first original game since 2000's Spider-Man. I wanted to wait for all the DLC to be out before I picked the cream of the crop. Now keep in mind, this is my list, so it might not be the same as yours. So in the comments, tell me your picks and why they're your favorite. With that being said, let's swing into action with the top 10 best Spidey suits in Marvel's Spider-Man. Vintage suit. Sometimes you just can't go wrong with the classics, am I right? Insomniac did the webhead justice with his old school threads. Literally, his classic vintage comic book look. So classic vintage Spidey comes complete with the quip ability, so you can really bring it to the bad guys. And this cel-shaded look to the suit is fantastic, and made me wish that the entire world would transform all cartoony, just like this costume. Not sure why they call this the 2099 black suit, unless I need to self-test for colorblindness. This is blue! Besides the interesting name choice, I loved playing with the suit. I am a huge fan of Miguel O'Hara, and this costume is a must-have addition for any Spider-Man game. Actually, it keeps coming back because people love this costume. Insomniac did well, allowing players to unlock this epic costume in-game. While the low-gravity ability isn't the greatest, the slick future style more than makes up for it. Although, it would have been nice to have some of his cool powers, but I guess that's asking too much. What happens when you combine the amazingness of Spider-Man and the vengeance of Ghost Rider? You get Ghost Spider. Well, technically Spirit Spider. Probably one of the most unique selections on this top 10, if I'm being completely frank. While the ghost flaming hair thing doesn't move around all that much, and I don't advise using the suit much in the cutscenes, well, unless you like spider telepathy, since, you know, his mouth doesn't move. I mean, really, Insomniac? Come on. But, you know, I just really liked using this suit for the pure intimidation factor and punishing the guilty.
Sorry, creeps, all out of mercy.
After the Superior Spider-Man was defeated and Peter retook control of his body, it's a long story, old Petey said, hey, it's time for an upgrade. Using the resources from his company, Parker Industries, the MK4 then became Parker's suit of choice from December 2015 until it was destroyed October of 2017. Why? In-game, this costume was a blast to play, and like the comics, it also featured glowing eyes and chest symbol. I'm not going to say if that's blue or green, because again, you have to check for color blindness. But still, I loved using this costume at night because it looked like that! For its power, it had like this default shield ability, which I suppose was pretty useful. Actually, that was one of the main abilities that this suit offered Spidey before he had to stick with his classic underoos once the suit was terminated. The developer spent a lot of time detailing this costume, and it looks better in this game than the comics it originated from. Booyah! If you've watched my previous Spider-Man playthroughs, you know that I love Kane, a former evil clone of Peter Parker from the 90s. What is it with me and evil? So the character has gotten a lot of love over the years, and his redemption run kind of reminds me of the Red Hood just a tad bit, since both characters are currently estranged from their families, and both have come back from the dead. This costume has appeared in a few previous Spider-Man games, and I was so happy to see it brought back for Marvel's Spider-Man. And yeah, since this is a DLC suit, technically there's no new powers for Petey to tap into. Stingers would have been epic, right? Yeah, they would. Still, this costume looks lit! Forever locked in that red position by Madam Web, Scarlet Spider is not someone you want to tangle with. He has, we'll call it, anger issues. Alright, so this was a surprise entry on the list, based on the Into the Spider-Verse new movie, starring Miles Morales and Peter Parkers? This skin has actually become one of my favorites to wear while beating up bad guys and swinging through the New York skyline in style. Like the Batman animated series skin in Arkham City, this Into the Spider-Verse suit changes not just how Spidey looks, but the shape and size of the character as well, giving him shorter legs and a more cartoon-like upper physique. Now you can literally play as Peter B. Parker. Well, minus the pizza belly. And yes, I called him fat. One of the coolest suits Peter Parker has ever made, the stealth suit. Before Parker Industries existed and Peter was living paycheck to paycheck, like he's supposed to, borrowing some tech from his job at Horizon Labs, Peter created this beauty of a costume to fight the Hobgoblin, cause he got wrecked. So Peter becomes the glowing neon spider ninja, complete with resistance to sonic weaponry and appearing invisible to the naked eye. While turning invisible would have been nice in this game, Insomniac, Stealth Suit does have the blur projector thingamajiggy, which sometimes makes you invisible to enemies that haven't spotted you. Though from my glowing review, it really doesn't work all that well. Still, none of that matters. This suit makes the list because it glows in the dark at night. What? I'm a simple guy. What more do you want? Insomniac has added a bit more polish to the skin than seen in previous Spider-Man games that it's appeared in. Honestly, it's still one of the best suits in this game, though. Fight me. Not gonna lie, I didn't think Iron Spider would make it in after the inclusion of the meh MCU version, but here it is, and it looks smokin'! This suit was originally made by Tony Stark to keep Peter Parker alive after joining the Avengers. Also known as the Civil War suit by some fan circles, it has all kinds of bells and whistles courtesy of Iron Man, flight, bulletproof abilities, AI, rocket launchers, spider arms, and a whole lot more for me to mention in this short video. Though it had a short run in the comics, this costume became an instant favorite with fans even to this day. Featuring a red and gold look instead of Peter's classic red and blue tights or black suit, Marvel changed it up quite a bit and fans ate it up. Iron Spider-Man Jr. suit was destroyed, of course, during Marvel's Civil War, and to my knowledge has never been worn by Peter Parker again. But this costume has appeared in most of the Spider-Man games, and is probably one of my absolute favorite Spider-Man suits of all time. While this is a DLC costume, yes, it has no new spider powers, but equipping the iron arms puts an icing on this already delicious spider cake. Now, for many of you Marvel fans growing up, this was your Michael Keaton experience. Tobey Maguire appeared in 3 Spider-Man movies and gave the webhead not only respect in the film and comic book industry again, but also memes for a century. I'm Spider-Man! This suit is based on the most popular Spidey film of all time, Spider-Man 2, which before the Spider-Verse, people championed as the best superhero film of all time. Mask of the Phantasm. Excuse me. The web suit, yes, that's its name in this game, was given to players as a surprise Christmas present and is pretty much dominating the #1 spot on every YouTuber's top 10 list. Since this is an update, or DLC suit, whatever you want to call it, again, it features no powers, so you're free to add what you want for Tobey Man, super strength, resupply since he used organic webbing in his movies, or my personal fave, Web Blossom. So if Tobey's suit didn't make the #1 spot, what did? Alright, calm down, people. This was a tough one between the web suit and the Scarlet Spider. In fact, it was neck and neck for #1. But Scarlet Spider is just so good in this game! Before Marvel's Spider-Man game, this suit has appeared in every Spider-Man game that I can think of, and is normally just a simple reskin and a throwaway costume. But not in this game. The devs could have just done a simple suit like the classic or advanced suit for Peter, but they didn't! Instead, they created the coolest looking Scarlet Spider costume of all time! This is the best the costume has ever looked. I mean, this is like film quality. Now I got you thinking about a Scarlet Spider movie, huh? Insomniac has added layers to the suit's design to highlight padding that Peter would use for added protection or to absorb stuff when he falls on the ground, doing superhero landings. You can also see the revamped way they did the web shooters and his utility belt. Even his cut-up sweater has fine detail down to the very stitching! Now, keep in mind, this is not a DLC skin either. It's unlocked while playing the main game, so it gets bonus points. This is not something you had to pay additionally for. In fact, this costume dominated most of my walkthrough, much to the chagrin of a lot of you, because subconsciously, I would just select this costume. I still wear it while free roaming in New York City. It's that awesome. hence why it makes my #1 spot. And that's it, that's all, ladies and gentlemen. Do you agree with my picks? If not, tell me yours in the comment section below. If you want to see more top 10s on Spider-Man, such as the worst skins in this game, you know you want to. Help this video reach 1,000 likes. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, why not subscribe and hit that bell to be notified when awesome Spidey-tastic videos arrive. God bless and happy gaming.